Trump announced a plan to ban large investment companies from owning single family homes as rentals, as is part of his overall strategy of driving down costs and making housing more affordable for the average American. However, there's a couple reasons why I'm hesitant to say this is really going to move the needle in overall housing prices, right? First off, having spent the last 6+ years around private equity real estate, the devil is really going to come down to the specific details and legal language in any sort of proposal put forward. And it's also most likely going to have to go through Congress, which is obviously a higher bar than just an executive order. But I'll tell you firsthand, people get really creative with their deal structures in terms of how they use legal entities and all these sorts of things, right? So it's going to have to be very specific, and the language is going to have to define really well who counts as a large investment company and how it can close certain loopholes. So that's the first thing. The other is, when you look at it, these companies, depending on location, typically only own 1 to maybe 5% of the housing stock, depending on the location, right? So it likely isn't going to move the needle that much, especially if they're not forced to sell off what they already own. But in certain markets, especially in the Southeast, where there's a lot more of this going on, there could be a larger impact. But it'll be interesting to watch play out. We'll have to see the specific language when it comes out. But it's an interesting proposal. I'll keep you updated on how it rolls out. And if this was helpful, give a like and follow for more.